Hi everyone, my name is HideousTuber and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to be starting a new challenge called the 100 Baby Challenge in The Sims 4. So basically you've got to try and get 100 babies in The Sims 4 with as few generations as possible. So you've basically got to reproduce over and over again until you get 100 babies. And you can't use the same donor more than once, so you've got to use a different dad for every single child. So we are going to make a sim real quickly and then we will get started straight into this challenge. Alright, so we have officially made our sim and we are essentially ready to get started on this challenge, which is exciting. Okay, we're gonna start in spring because that's normally when I start my series off anyway. We are going to go into Willow Creek and we are going to go into the Bargain Bin lot and we're going to pick a house from the gallery. This was the house I was after. And then we can actually buy an easel, which is great. I might put the easel out here for now. We can always move it in later. Because I would... Because let's be real, I need some friends.
Manzu. Sneeba, of course.
We should invite him in. Get everyone out of the rain. Like, I reckon we could probably get our first bachelor to be Travis. Which is funny because I honestly love Travis as a sim. He is probably one of my favorites from Willow Creek and in general. Okay, let's do a little bit of flirting. Let's see how it goes.
Shoes LeBone. Fisher boo. Bobanef. Aha. Ooh, keep that.
Oh. So.
Gauna.
Oh. Mobsy Grosh.
I reckon we can start flirting a little bit here.
Oh, Jarbin Decor.
And then, like we won't do anything major.
Hibna. Shush. Wixen. Tookie boo.
We'll get this painting done. I was gonna say, I hope I put that in my inventory. I might store a few in my inventory and then wait till bills. And then after this, I might practice some programming. because in the challenge we're not meant to have an official job. However, programming and like creating art don't actually count. I like doing the landscape paintings. I don't know the exact like profits you get from each type of painting. I know that there is a specific type. It's 10 o'clock, but sure.
Close to.
Look, he can stay till midnight, maybe 1, but we must have a decent sleep schedule. We'll do the first kiss now. This is gonna happen, fam. We're making moves. Damn, we're making moves.
Tuga.
Fuck it, we're going in. I love Travis, but man, this is gonna hurt. We won't be able to see him again. Alright, let's start the process. Alright, thank you, Travis.
Nubu?
He seems,
Niso.
he seems way too excited.
Rebna? Kalita.
Travis. Thank you, Travis. Thank you for your services. Now, goodbye. You ain't going to university. We do not have... We'll probably chat with Liberty. Yeah, we can become best friends, okay? We can become best friends. Just nothing more. Okay. I love you, Travis, but, like, fuck me. Go home. Like, seriously, mate. Go home. Really? Scott Travis wants to take things to the next level. Will Hideous become his girlfriend? Travis? No. I love you, Travis. Go home. I did say we were going out, so we're going to travel. We'll go with Liberty. Let's go visit Bob Pancakes. We should be neighborly. Totally neighborly. 100% neighborly here, guys. Alright, post-production Hideous Tuber here. Something I want to point out is that I have found it's been a little bit harder to be able to successfully flirt with Sims. Now, I haven't played The Sims in a while and haven't been involved with the community in like 6, 8, 12 months. So I don't know what's been going on with like update sort of stuff, but since starting this challenge, I have found it's been harder to like be able to successfully flirt with them. Cause I started filming the 100 Baby Challenge a few days ago, but decided to restart it over. But I found that it was really hard to be able to flirt with Sims in general, whether they were single or not. So it was oddly weird. Now you might find that when looking into the series, that, you know, sometimes it really won't go well. I honestly don't know, but I'm hopefully going to at least get a few children from this challenge, hopefully. But I'm glad we are working towards it though. Also, from what I'm aware of, I think teenagers can also hold part-time jobs, because it's really only the matriarch that can't. Alright, might get up, finish this painting, then have some breakfast. Actually, we might get a video game console real quick, so we can continuously work on stuff. In real life, I've got no idea how to cook, but for the Sims' sake, we like cooking. Oh, that's looks like a pot, man. Alright, we're in trimester 3. Alright, we'll start the flirting process. We'll do 2 flirts and ask a single. Well, clearly Bob doesn't like this at the moment. We'll clap this for a bit. We'll get back up to the figure.
Grinza. Well, no.
Yeah, I don't think Bob is going to be our next suitor, because it's not going well. So I reckon we look somewhere else for the moment. We can always come back to Bob later. Alright, so at this point, I decided it would be a great idea to make like a little club to hopefully find my next suitor. Because things with Bob weren't going too well. So I spent quite a bit of time trying to set it up so the person wasn't married. Although in saying that, that doesn't stop people from being engaged. Which is what I realized with one of them. Which I probably should have kicked him out once I realized that. But, you know, it is what it is. But during this first club meeting, something did happen. Which is coming up. It seems to be working. Yeah, it's gonna work.
Well, sorry. Fella balloon. Ooh, harpy.
Alright, we'll do the first kiss. Woo! Alright. And then we'll go home. Because my Sam's gonna pass out soon. Would it be nice to pass out in front of our next donor. We should. Okay, auto lights. Oh god, we're going into labor. Oh no! We're going with. Come on, Travis. Even though you probably won't do much, you can still come with. Doing the typical dad thing. He left so fast. That man left so fast. What the heck? Clearly, he does not want to be too involved. Alright, do we think this baby is going to be a boy or a girl? Although the stomach looks like it's gonna have twins. I reckon it's still only gonna be one baby. That's probably gonna be a boy. I reckon there's only gonna be one boy.
Bula Shaka Arpasa. Ah.
Baby boy. Alright, what we might do is start with like the first letter of the alphabet.
Ebony.
The fact that I was right, it was only one boy. And then we'll go to sleep, and then when we wake up, we'll invite that other dude over. We will reproduce with him. Alright, so at this point, we have pretty much have our second donor in place. So I've gone ahead and sped up the process of finishing off flirting until the point where we can actually try for a baby with this dude. So it's actually quite interesting because I found Bob and Travis quite difficult to flirt with, but this dude wasn't too bad. I think partially it was because he has the romantic trait, which made it a bit easier. So for those who don't have the romantic trait, it was a lot harder. But it actually worked out quite well. Woohoo! Alright. Woohoo! Thank you, dude, for being the second donor for this challenge. You know what, let's try again with Bob Pancakes here.
Oh, them boy!
Hartman.
Sabora?
Tharg. Toki Boo.
Quest! Oh! Chaboo!
You only just left.
Need a noon coup. Shape it. Launching.
Flicks, Zarzuya, not that.
Oh.
Nivet.
Oh, come on.
Chark. Eater to pay.
God, he went down so fast. Well, that kind of ruined our situation. But this is honestly where we might wrap up this episode. So we have had our first child for the 100 baby challenge. We are on our way to getting our second. But until next time, it's been HideousTube, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!